Hey, it's Sela Social Studies.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sela Social Studies. So we just got finished off with the launching of our government, and now we're going to move into our third president of the United States, and we're going to be talking about Thomas Jefferson and specifically the election of 1800. So as you remember, Thomas Jefferson was the Secretary of State under first President George Washington. With the tensions rising between Jefferson and the Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, coupled with the issuance of Washington's neutrality proclamation regarding foreign wars, Jefferson resigned his position of the Secretary of State in December of 1793. So Jefferson turned his focus on his own presidential pathway. The election of 1800 was a hard-fought election between John Adams, Aaron Burr, and Thomas Jefferson. Each man believed that victory by any other man would mean devastation for the nation. Thomas Jefferson, the anti-federalist, along with James Madison, formed the Democratic Republican Party. They believed in a small central government and more states and individual rights for Americans. They were strongly against Adams and his mishandling of foreign affairs with France and his passing of the Alien and Sedition Acts. John Adams and the Federalists argued that Jefferson was a French sympathizer who feared that the revolution happening in France would be brought to American soil, spilling American blood if Jefferson was elected president. For the first time in American history, there were officially two formed political parties that ran opposed each other in the presidential election: the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. This was the exact scenario that President Washington warned the nation about in his farewell address. An old constitutional provision set up another first in the presidential election. Even though Jefferson won against his main opponent, which was John Adams, Jefferson actually tied his Democratic-Republican opposition Aaron Burr. A tie for the presidential election? Are you serious? What can the country do in this scenario? Well, in an attempt to resolve the tie, Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution states that the election would be decided by the House of Representatives, starting on February 11, 1801, and lasting for 6 days. The House of Representatives voted to try and elect a president. Votes were tallied over 30 times without a clear victor. Neither Jefferson or Burr were able to capture the necessary 9 states to secure the election. Many of the old Federalists supported Aaron Burr for president, stating Jefferson's past foreign policies regarding France and his pressure for state and individual rights as points of fallacy. Interestingly enough, it was Jefferson's arch nemesis Alexander Hamilton who had a lending hand in deciding the election. Hamilton wrote a series of letters to other Federalist members of his party requesting them to change their vote from Adams to Jefferson, believing that Jefferson was the lesser of two evils and would cause less destruction in the United States. The support from an unlikely source was the ultimate deciding factor in the election of 1800. In the end, the House of Representatives voted 10 state delegations for Jefferson, 4 in support of Burr, and 2 made no choice. 2 Federalist electors actually cast blank ballots. Thomas Jefferson was elected the third president of the United States, with Aaron Burr being elected vice president. So that's how Thomas Jefferson is elected to the presidency in 1803, and we are going to see here now what Thomas Jefferson does to lead the nation. I'll see you next time.